Bendy and the Ink Machine is a horror title starring some black and white mascot character whose name I can't remember right now. You play as Henry, a character notable for having the personality of a wet blanket's fart. If you couldn't tell from my dismissive tone, my opinion going into this game was about the same as the healthcare industry's opinion on poor people, the only difference being I want this game to make me afraid for my life. While I had never played these games myself, I certainly knew about them, largely because of the infuriatingly catchy fan song that was honestly the best thing to come out of that franchise. But because all of you showed interest in Bendy, and not because it went on sale for like $8, I decided to go ahead and dive in. What followed was a world of boredom, frustration, but also the occasional spark of actual brilliance. Well, okay, not so much occasional brilliance as it is sometimes brilliance, but believe me, I'll take it. But despite my opinions, like all games I review here, I did what I could to give it a fair shot and put aside any pre-existing biases. I like my reviews to be more analytical in nature and not just another public thrashing that games like Balan Wonderworld so often get. So how about I stop stalling and get to what you all came here for? For better or worse, let's dissect. The game starts with a letter from an old friend, a staple of classic horror. As far as letters go, it's fine. It establishes Henry, his relationship to the studio, and his initial motivation. Now I want you to pay attention to that phrase, initial motivation, because that's going to become a bit of a theme later.
And we're in it. Joey, I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Alright, so full disclosure, I have seen a playthrough of the first part, but it was years ago, so I don't remember much. My knowledge is not going to be perfect, but I will have... Actually, no, I don't recognize anything. It's been a while since I've seen a playthrough of this. Just part 1. The rest I am completely blind in. Alright, so I know I'm going to have a lot to say about the art style, so I'm not even going to bother... I can jump, go back. I'm not going to bother tackling that. Whoa.
This lift could use a few dry cells.
The hell is a dry cell? Duracell? Oh, Duracell. Yeah, I'm gonna let my future self take it away. So I know that criticizing Bendy for its art style is like criticizing Batman for having dead parents, but my problems with it are so multifaceted and so pervasive that I was considering dedicating an entire full-length review to it. And I still might, but because I have so many problems, I'm only going to cover them when they become more relevant to what's happening in the game. So for now, I'm just going to say this. This art style is freaking boring. And yeah, I know that's a subjective thing, but it's gonna cause problems later, so let's just hold on to that for now.
Let's see what you're hiding down there, old friend.
I do not remember this. Seems a bit dramatic for the first literal minutes of the game, but yeah, okay. It's also making a big deal out of a machine that I don't know. Well, I mean, of course I know that it's the Ink Machine. That's the name of the game, but like, context, please. I think I can eat beans. I can eat beans. I remember that. I want to eat all the beans. Is there like an Easter egg for eating all the beans? Do I get like the achievement Bean Boy? I want the,
Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
That's... I remember this, but it happened this soon? Really? Seeing, I think his name was like Boris or something? Oh, Bendy in Sheep Songs. Boris, okay, Boris the... That's a wolf? How the hell is that a wolf? Wolves have pointy ears, not cartoon. I get he's a cartoon. Yeah, but that's not a wolf. He's got the cartoony X's on his eyes. Okay, that's fun. Are they trying to make this grotesque or funny? And again, this is really early to be showing something like that. Again, and that's just here, isn't it? Alright. Like, I would have, again, waited. With both the Ink Machine reveal and the Dead Boris reveal happening in the first 4 minutes of the game, I can confidently say that there are some pacing issues here. Big reveals like that need some kind of build-up, but both the Machine and definitely Boris are just kinda... there? especially with Boris, this kind of gory reveal should really be better paced out. Just take a look at My Friendly Neighborhood. We get a few fleeting shots of a Norman, and our first encounter is...
Hello, I'm Norman. I'm a normal guy.
And not just, oh gosh, oh gee, looks like Joey's back on the sauce. And yeah, I know this is a problem stemming from Bendy being episodic, but even the lame Molly jump scare in the first episode of Indigo Park had more build-up than just, oops, turning a corner and there's a corpse. Surprise!
Alright, how do I get this to work?
Fix the ink machine. Locate the objects. Well, I know where the wrench is. It was lodged in his chest. Wrench death. Oh no.
Who put this here?
How scary. There we go. Oh, I didn't even check what the other things were. I mean, gear, book. I saw a book. Pot, music, Bendy doll. Little Devil Darlin. I like all the posters, I guess. The Dancing Demon. Is that what Bendy is? Is he a demon? It's a weird thing for a studio mascot to have. Like, he's trying to ape the rubber hose style, which, according to my past commentary, I clearly don't think they did a good job of. Rubber hose style is that classic bendy, bouncy animation that old cartoons like Steamboat Willie are known for. A cartoon I can use however I want, Disney, it's public domain now. But while comparing Steamboat Willie and Bendy, do you notice how important objects like Mickey or this cow's tongue stand out by having the background white slightly darker than theirs? Or how this parrot uses clever shading to convey the idea of color? Or how the interior of this boat uses heavy amounts of shading to convey depth and, again, better have the important objects stand out. Bendy does none of this, and it just uses black and sepia with all the shading done in-engine. And nothing pops out, nothing stands out. Everything is just one big bland sea that looks like this picture of corn I found on Google. And rubber hose style can work in a game. The upcoming shooter, Mouse, uses these principles to make enemies and important objects stand out from the environment. Just color it sepia and boom, this is what Bendy should have been doing from the start. And it's not just for aesthetics that this is a problem. We'll see later in the video that the bland art style also starts to hinder more than just my patience. Oop. Time clock. Gotta punch in.
Always on time.
I was kidding.
Punching in. I better get overtime for this. Back to the old grind.
Alright. The voice actor's a little reserved, but, you know, it's fine so far. Are those cobwebs, or is that, like... What the hell? What the f... Like, those are supposed to be cobwebs, right? What the hell? Whatever. Okay, nothing here. Oh, wait, oh, book. The Illusion of Living. Ooh. See that? Oh. Alright. Alright, whatever. That's a weird blurring effect. Huh. Oh, that's just, Oh, I know the name of that. What the... whatever.
Hey, here's my old desk.
Yep.
I wasted so much time in this chair.
Okay, that blurring effect, I'm trying to get a better look at why is it blurring that? Stop it. It's kind of annoying.
Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
Stop with the... That's so annoying. I want to look at this stuff. Like, can I turn that off? There we go. Thank goodness. Like, I like the idea of that depth blur, but it's not working. If I'm getting closer to something, I don't want it to blur. I want to be able to see it. Alright, some animation stills. I like animation stills. Where haven't I been? Oh, is that a thing? No. Oh, audio log. We have an audio log. Is it a good one? Alright, that one's fine. So I guess at this point the ink machine is only printing ink. Or not printing ink, creating ink. Oh, this opens. Beans! Yes! Bean Boy achievement, here I come. Oh, there you go. Ink pressure. The fluid dynamics of ink must be a lot different than the fluid dynamics of water, because it's going to have a different viscosity. Things like that. Like, I imagine you can move it through pipes like normal, you know, liquids. Ink is a liquid. Wait, no, this is... Oh, wait, the gear.
Okay, that's all of them.
Awesome. Where the hell was the... I do not remember. No, it wouldn't be this one because that tape was there. This is the problem I have. Another big problem I have with its art style is everything looks the same. Like, everything is this beige or, like, off-yellow hull, and it all looks identical. Like, even with games that have, you know, not too much of a varied art style, you can tell where you're going. I can't tell where the hell I'm going. And that's a problem with the entire rest of the game. Because of this bland all-or-nothing sepia, there's no real way to work with color theory. Even the most subtle of color changes or variances can be enough to make one section of a map stand out for another. If I take, once again, My Friendly Neighborhood, every hall looks distinct, even in the same area. Even if I remove all the color, the shading and simple variety in the environment help keep a natural mental note of where everything is. It's still possible to get lost, but nowhere near as easy. And speaking of getting lost while feeling disoriented in a horror game can be a good thing, this is the wrong way to do it. A game should really only make use of disorientation to make a tense situation even more tense. In Subnautica, for example, cave diving is a necessary but disorienting practice, and with threats lurking nearby and your oxygen running out, the disorientation adds to the panic. However, if the game had no threats and no oxygen meter, getting lost would be, well, annoying, and that's what's happening in Bendy right now. There's no current threat, no tension. I'm just wandering around on a fetch quest, one of very, very many, and getting frustrated because my time is being wasted by these goddamn yellow-ass corncob hallways! Oh, it was this way. I bet it was this way. Come on. Fucking finally. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Just need to get the ink flowing somehow. Should be a switch around here somewhere. Then I can start up the main power.
Is this not the switch? Okay. Maybe go back to the ink machine. There we go. This ought to do it. What? What? No, that was to raise it, right? So what the... Bean. Oh, it's bacon soup. Oh, I want to be Bean Boy, though. I mean, Bacon Boy's alright, but Bean Boy is... Oh. Alright. Ooh. Even something about that animation there with the rubber hose, like, it just seems off from rubber hose style. It's not energetic enough. I don't know. There we go. Gross. Okay, now we can get to the pressure room. For that little detour. Nope, that's just Boris. Nice. Why did I want to turn on the ink machine? Oh, again, Boris. You know, let's talk about that too. Future me, take that away. Take that idea away. Putting Boris's corpse, which is initially, somewhat shocking of a visual, at a junction we're frequently going to be passing by makes it less and less shocking every time we see it, to the point that it just becomes routine. Hello, ink machine. Hello, pedestals. Hello, mangled corpse of a cartoon dog. How are you doing today? Still dead? Great! On the other hand, if they wanted to, they could have taken advantage of this site becoming mundane. We get so used to seeing Boris that what do you think the reaction would be if suddenly he disappeared? It would honestly be a bit of a shock and start to build a little bit of tension because is this guy now loose? Is he actually alive, or did something steal the corpse? These are good questions the game could be making us ask. Oh, I go back to the ink machine now, I bet. Yeah, why did I want to turn this on? What the hell? Ah! Okay. I'm gonna make it, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about linear chases. You know, I'll do a brief explanation on my distaste for linear chases. This one isn't as bad since it's more of an introduction, and I'm pretty sure we see him later, so this is fine, but I still don't like them.
It's dark and it's cold, and it's stuck in behind every single wall. In some places, I swear this godforsaken ink is...
Keep out, but I want to keep in. There we go. An axe.
This will definitely come in handy.
Animation's a little stiff, but that's fine. That is satisfying. That's a satisfying... Oh, I wanted to keep breaking them. That's fine. Ah. PacMan? Yeah. Oh, fuck. And so ends Chapter 1, notable for having even less happening in it than Indigo Park. Really, I mean it. In Rambly in the Train Machine, we get introduced to Rambly, threatened by two different characters, and are presented with what is probably going to be the main plot of later parts, rebuilding the park and setting things right. In Bendy Park, we have basically nothing. We turn on a machine that does something generically evil and get chased by a goo monster that has literally no build-up at all. He just shows up, then you run away for 10 seconds and BAM! That's the end of the chapter. And nothing progressed. Hell, nothing was established. Even the audio logs were just generic, it sucks working here. The ink is weird. One of my coworkers is being vaguely sinister. Honestly, if you took the starting note, spliced it into the front of part 2, and removed part 1 entirely, absolutely nothing would be lost in context. Hell, you know what? Why don't I keep digging this hole? I'm gonna argue that skipping part 1 and starting with part 2 would actually serve as a better overall experience. If we get the note like normal before, the first thing that happens is we wake up and say, our first sights are an axe and a summoning circle that we were apparently sleeping in. Immediately, this leads us to guess that we were hit over the head with an axe by Joey, and we were put in this circle dedicated to the unholy church of PacMan for reasons we don't know just yet. How much better of an opening is that instead of walking into a studio and being sent on a fetch quest for 20 minutes? Plus, that gets rid of the issue of Boris the Amazing Cadaver and this spooky machine we turned on for no reason. Was I sacrificed to the church of PacMan?
One thing to do. Press on. See if I can find a way out.
I'm sorry, Bendy fans, if I'm not seeming scared. It's just there's not much to be scared of at the moment. You know, I got chased by the ink demon. I think that's what it's called. Did I do that? No. But it was a linear chase, and like, there's, you know, the cardboard cutout stalking me isn't exactly what I would call horror. Bacon soup. Bacon soup. I've never had bacon
This place
soup.
gets so big.
He appears from the shadows to rain his sweet blessings upon me. The figure of ink that Can I get an amen?
I said, can I get an amen?
That was cool. Problem is, I don't know. Maybe if his voice is more intimidating. Oh shit! That was neat. I feel like it wouldn't be hard.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Whoa.
Hello?
It's time for bed.
Where the hell did he go?
You may wait.
He's trying to be the. Oh, that's so much bacon soup. Is there a point to this? Holy fuck, that's a lot of bacon soup. I'll save the rest for later.
Need to
Justin,
get power to this gate somehow. Should be a couple switches nearby. Then maybe I can open it.
oh, there was one behind the bacon. So I hope you'll forgive me if I skip ahead of this thrilling Find 3 Buttons quest where nothing happens, but this is around the point where I started to realize that a lot of this game has just been filler so far. And boy does it not get better. Fucking trust me. So I'm just going to skip straight to the next point where something actually interesting happens. And again, don't worry, you're not missing anything. Well, except for these moments of me getting distracted again. Oh, is it reform? I guess the problem is I don't find those bendy cutouts terrifying either. Like, it's not scary, you know? Oh, do you not do that? Oh, damn. Shit, no. Aha. There we go.
It's really dark in here.
Not really. Yeah, I guess he's a demon. A demon who drives a train. Wait. Okay, hold on. Train... This is... That doesn't make sense. Why is the... That is completely wrong. That would be so... Like, these are supposed to be on the... Like, near the outside of the wheel. For better, you know, leverage when you're turning the wheel. It being that close to the center would completely freaking make this almost impossible to turn. And also, okay, I like her design. Hers is better. She's got the demon horns and a halo. You know, I like hers. She got Sigmata. What the fuck? Is that a hole or just a marking? Like, is she supposed to be like Jesus? I feel like the plot should have started by now, you know?
I've got half a mind to talk to Mr. Drew about all this, I really do. But then again, I have to admit, Mr. Drew's got his own peculiarities.
Okay, really random, but does that voice actor remind anyone of the frickin' Moppets from Venture Bros?
I've got half a mind to talk to Mr. Drew about all this.
We could take out his tongue with a knife, remove his heart. Yeah, with a knife, a bigger knife.
I don't know, maybe I'm reaching there, but maybe I'm reaching there. And after all that, we finally get to the actual first puzzle of the game. And yeah, it's decent. Though first we have to endure one of the biggest disappointments I've endured since I pre-ordered Shadow the Hedgehog as a kid. Okay, so he said something about... What? Oh. No. Oh, there's one there. Ah, shit. Hey. What is this music? Okay, please, somebody tell me when I died, when that thing died, it sounded like he was going, come. I'm sorry, that's what it sounded like. Yes, here we get attacked by actual enemies that can do actual damage, and you better believe I have actual problems with these stupid freaking blob men. While I should be over the piss-colored moon that we have an actual threat, the game gives it to us in the form of these stupid freaking blob men. They're just not scary, and that's not opinion. I can factually prove that these enemies are just pathetic. For one, the actual threat they pose is incredibly low. They're slow-moving, attack slowly, die in one hit, and barely damage Henry at all. Plus, they just don't look intimidating or grotesque enough to have any kind of real horror factor, and it doesn't help that they shout silly things when they die. But these things could have been just a little bit more scary if it weren't for a major flaw built into the very bones of this game. Henry has regenerating health. This is an awful idea for a horror game. Now, sure, healing back up to some low baseline is fine, but healing back up to full? One of the scariest parts of any horror game is when you're low on health, running low on healing items, and maybe you're considering searching that optional room, but you just don't know if it'll be worth it because, oh no, what if there's a monster in there instead? It makes the choice of using your healing items far more impactful, far more stressful. And the weird part is, this game has healing items. The freaking bacon soup. Yeah, so not only does Henry have regenerating health, but safety is just a can of soup away. It sounds like a slogan. Safety is just a can of soup away. Take away Henry's magical healing powers that I'm freaking sure are part of the lore somewhere, and every combat encounter becomes incredibly stressful. Really think about it. In a game where you have low health and healing items are scarce, you're not just gonna go charging into battle. You're gonna be cagey, try to back off, attack, really play it cautious. Every new room is an unknown threat. Every corner a danger that might just kill you. But in a game where I can just tank hits and then go cry in a corner for a minute while my health regenerates, there's no reason I shouldn't go flying into every room, dick first, demolishing all the threats and then not really giving a crap if I take a hit or two because, again, I'm just gonna heal it all anyway. And even if I get hit, I can just escape by casually strolling away. I mean, what are these legless pricks gonna do? Chase me down on the feet they don't have? These things aren't a threat, they're just speed bumps. Oh, Christ. I just got attacked by those enemies. I didn't even really register. Ooh, just panel. Yes. Oh.
It may only be my second month working for Joey Drew, but I can already tell I'm gonna love it here. People really seem to enjoy my Alice Angel voice.
Okay, maybe I need to go to the projection booth and then run in here.
Well, there's the pump switch, all right. If I could just stop that ink from flowing, maybe I can get in.
So I was going to get my dustpan from the hall closet the other day, and guess what? I can't find my stupid key. All I can think of is that it must have fallen in one of the garbage cans when I was making my rounds last week.
Alright, looking in trash can. And lo, I was not wrong when I said these fetch quests don't get any better, because we are now looking for trash cans, which have the same coloring as everything in this piss-tinted world, and of course there's no way you would remember seeing trash cans in previous locations, because they're goddamn trash cans, and not something more memorable like time clocks or certain posters or anything more interesting than trash cans. Sure, this one only took me like 3 minutes, but when it's all just backtracking, and the only enemies in the way are more stupid blob men, it's not scary. We're not seeing anything new or venturing into any unknown territory. It's just tedium and, frankly, feels like padding. Nope, not in there. That's rather abstract for this kind of studio. So were those ink monsters like a one and done? Oh, ha! Speak of the devil. Well, that was okay. Yeah, those might be the most unimpressive horror enemies I've seen. Trash can. They're just not threatening. Like it's just BAP! And they're done, you know? If they swarm me all at once, like at the start all the time, it'd be fine, but, you know, it's just... I'm really digging through the freaking trash. Let's see. Nope. Trash can. Ooh, there we go. Awesome.
Every artistic person needs a sanctuary. To enter, you need only know my favorite song. The bass fiddle sings with deep articulation. The piano delicately calls. The drum thunders in triumph. The bass fiddle returns.
Fiddle, piano, drum, fiddle. Fiddle, piano, drum, fiddle. I've heard of fiddles and I've heard of basses. What the hell is a bass fiddle? Is that just like an old-timey word for the bass? Bass, piano... Fuck! Bass, piano, drum, fiddle, was it?
Every artistic person
Bass, piano,
needs a
drum, fiddle,
sanctuary.
okay.
Joey Drew has his.
Bass, piano, drum, bass. Bass, piano, drum, and bass.
I know there's something I've got to do in here, but I feel like I'm missing something.
What? I mean, I think I have to... Oh, wait. Okay, so there's just a bass. I like a good bass. So why is he calling it a bass fiddle? Bass, piano, drum, bass. That's... I'm sure there's some old-timey... Hold on, this is bothering me. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so a bass fiddle is just a double bass. Okay. Recording... Now would be an excellent time for these monsters to attack me. Because I'm in a rush. Bass... Piano... Drum... Hey, there we go. That was a fun puzzle. I like that one. Good job. That was fun. I like that. More puzzles like that, please, and not find my keys in the trash can, you know? Spooky.
One down.
One down? Oh, jeez. Is there more? Gotcha. You done? Okay, I think they're done. You know, if they were louder, or like, you know, just more threatening, you know? Like I like having enemies out here that spawn sometimes. That's great. Honestly, that's better than 90% of mascot horror. But these enemies are just... They're just... boring. So after that thrilling ambush, we have more fetch questing to do while literally nothing except for blob men pose us any threat at all. And because I'm a merciful god, I'm not going to subject you all to watching me just walk around while nothing happens. Instead, here's a quick summary. We find another valve, but of course it's missing, so we go into a sewer where nothing scary happens, find another audio log that says nothing, solve a puzzle that almost broke for me, and leave the sewer where nothing happens. And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm skipping over a lot, but it's kind of hard to comment on a horror game that isn't giving me any horror. Literally, I'm serious when I said I was getting so bored I was holding back yawns, and one actually got out here. But we get back to the same boring offices as before, where 47 minutes into my playthrough, I make a rather astute observation about how barren a certain part of the game is starting to feel.
Okay, that should do it.
Yeah, I feel there's been a lack of, like, plot so far. I mean, I know we're, like, I guess, investigating this, but it just feels kind of bare bones, you know? Why didn't Indigo Park feel like it didn't have much of a plot? Well, no, I guess because Rambly was around, he was making comments, so yeah. Why does this plot feel empty? Well, Indigo Park didn't feel like it had an empty plot. Yeah, future me, take that away. Little does past me know I was already commenting on it. Stupid bitch. But yes, we're nearly an hour into the game and basically nothing plot-wise has happened. Sure, we got chased by an ink demon and found a bunch of audio logs, but nothing has really been established motivation-wise. We don't feel like we've really started uncovering any mystery or really learning about our character or the studio itself or the other characters. Sure, we've been given audio logs, but pretty much all of them are along the lines of, gee, it sure is creepy around here. My boy, this neglect is what all generic horror companies strive for. I just wonder what Joey's up to. Literally, that is like every single audio log. But we never see anything. It's all just these bland holes and repetitive fetch quests. I mean, my god, at least in Indigo Park we had Rambly escorting us around. We could see firsthand that his desperation and hilariously bad attempts to cover up the park's ruined state were motivating his character. And right about at this point, we got our new motivation of helping fix up the park. In Bendy, all we have is the fact that Joey Drew bought an ink machine that's doing generically evil things for a purpose we have absolutely zero hints at, and yet all of that information was shown off basically in the first 5 minutes of the game. So we've gone this entire time with no new plot developments, no character developments, just more repetitive holes and fetch quests. And I bet a few people in the comments are about to get smug because... Ay, caray, what?
Rest your head. It's time for bed. There we go now, nice and tight. We wouldn't want to do now, would we? Not now, for our Lord is called to my little wee. And then I will finally shit this inky, stinky, dark abyss. This I call Dark Lord. Shh, listen. I can hear him crawling. Let us be.
Hear me, Bendy. Arise from the darkness. Arise and claim my
I'm sorry, but hear me, Bendy. You know.
Show your face and take this tender seat. No, my lord, stay back. I am your prophet. I am your
Yeah, idiot. Alright, we have another chase sequence. Oh, I don't have my axe. There we go! Now these things are actually scary, because I don't have my axe. Oh shit, I don't have my axe. Wait, what the... Oh, well, I'm screwed. Okay. Whoa. How long is this loading screen? Oh, it's not a loading screen. Oh, I legit thought it was a loading screen. Oh, I respawned as a statue. Oh, shit. But I don't have... Oh, there it is. Give that axe to me. Oh, shit. Wait, so the music stopped. Well, that's a little odd. So, do I have, like, a cannon respawn mechanic like in Bioshock? Also, the lack of music has now made this far less intimidating. You had a good moment going. Why'd you stop? Yeah, we get captured by some dude in a mask who contributes nothing to the plot and immediately dies. Fantastic. Turns out this guy is Sammy. I know this because the subtitles told me so. Yes, we also briefly encountered him in audio logs where he was going vaguely insane, but guess what? I literally confused him for Joey Drew because both of them have audio logs that say, "Meh, Joey is acting weird. Ooh, Sammy is being a jerk. Aren't things so generically spooky around here?" Seriously, the game has two characters whose names freaking rhyme. We only ever hear about them in audio logs. Both of them are going generically crazy, and you expect me to know which one of them is the bad guy behind the Bendy mask? You expect me to care? You know how to make me care about a villain? Have him interact with me. Have him perform actions that directly impact me. Hell, just have him taunt me a bunch like in Banjo-Kazooie. Something like, "Aha! Wondering why you're lost? Feeling amiss? I made the halls all bland by coating them in piss!" Sammy is just some dude who gets killed by Bendy for reasons we don't ever really learn or care about because the game never gave us a reason to either remember him or care about him. So even though this should be a big moment in the game, it feels like effectively nothing actually happens, and to further prove my point, we escape extremely easily without ever confronting Sammy ourselves, and we just kinda leave. This moment wasn't some horrifying encounter with a madman built up through the course of the game. It was just someone in a tight, shining black suit and a mascot mask gently threatening me while I'm tied to a chair. In other words, a fantastic Saturday night. Oh, my axe broke. Alright. Oh, shit. Another. What? What killed me? What actually killed me? God damn it. Oh, shit. Okay, we start the chase sequence again. What the fuck? Am I not holding sprint? I'm holding sprint. Yeah, see, I'm holding sprint. What the fuck? Like, what actually killed me there? Ooh. Ah. Well, that was annoying. Oh. Someone's there.
Hello? Someone there? I know you're in here. Come out and show yourself.
Alright. You are smaller than I expected.
Boris?
Yes, it turns out we meet Boris, the same character we saw dead in part 1, the guy who's been in a couple posters, someone who's never been mentioned in any audio log, the wolf who has literally never mattered at all to the story whatsoever. His appearance is so earth-shattering to the plot, so undeniably important to the entire direction of the story, that part 2 ends on a cliffhanger that leaves us with the burning question of why the fuck should I care about Boris? I know I usually try to end these videos with some positive spin on things, but I think my opinions on the game are pretty clear thus far. But we still have 3 parts to go, so I'll leave any real summary for the very end. I will say though, starting part 3, the developers start to get a lot more competent in their overall game creation skills. Maps are becoming more fleshed out, sites become more interesting, actual plot starts kind of happening, so it's only uphill from here. Yep, that's what I'm telling myself. Why am I even pretending? I recorded the footage days ago. Part 3 and 4 are coming soon. They both suck dick.